Hi guys, this video is going to be on my story of how my fasting cleaned up the environmental brotherhood that was corrupt. In Corinthians 5:11 in the Bible, it says, "But now I have written to you not to keep company with anyone named a brother who is sexually immoral or covetous, or an idolater, or a reviler, or a drunkard, or an extortioner. Not even to eat with such a person." So don't sit at a table and eat with a person, because that would invite a contract for them to do their corrupt plans. Put away from yourselves the evil person. So what happened to me was I had went to dinner with somebody who had time and time again been dishonest, but me giving him the benefit of the doubt, I thought that maybe things would have changed. Maybe they've learned a lesson. It was not so. This person was very immoral and did a lot of other things that were very secretive and sinful. And I had in fact been very cautious not to do any sin, especially since I started fasting a couple of years ago, and a lot of things came to light that I should not do. Well, I didn't think that sitting at a table with somebody and having dinner with them was going to have me gain bad karma. I didn't think that at all. But the things that ensued after me just having one dinner with this person was unbelievable. After the dinner, for a period of about, it was October, November, December, January, February, about 6 months, some of the most awful things happened. I actually had diabolical, demonic apparitions come into my room at my own home, appear to me, and I think they were confused in a sense that I was supposed to be doing something with them, being part of their plan. Because what I saw, I was sitting in bed and a portal opened up to my left, and this demon that looked like Eddie from the covers of those albums from Iron Maiden, he pops out of this, like right next to me, and says, "Begin the plans." My heart was just like froze, and I was like, no, I'm not doing nothing with you. I'm not on that side. And I was like, I'm with Jesus. I don't do that. I don't go that way. And the thing disappeared. Well, I kept seeing demonic apparitions in my room. I saw a big giant eye on top of my bed with like it looked like a dragon's eye, and it had like a big slit in the center, kind of like what a cat's eye looks like, but it was humongous, and it had like reptile things around it. That scared the heck out of me. Another thing was something whispering in my neck saying, "You're going to hell." It whispered in my ear, and I felt the air on my neck, and there was nothing there. But I heard it clearly, and I was just like, I'm not going to hell. You're going to hell. It made me so mad, because I kept seeing these things within that short period of time. And then what happened on the winter solstice is I stayed up really late after having an espresso tonic, kept me up. And when I tried to go to sleep, I closed my eyes and I saw like red and orange caverns. I mean, like they were caves, and there was a hue of like maybe like fire that was being reflected on the cave walls, so that the walls looked like red and orange. And then I saw like thousands of people walking lifelessly, you know, like they didn't have their spirit in them. And I could see details of like everything that they were wearing, down to the fabric of what they were wearing, their hair, you know, their haircuts, if their hair was clean or not, and even their shoes I was able to see. It was very vivid, very vivid. I didn't sleep all night. I stayed up. And then the next thing I remember seeing is that same demon, like towards the end of December. It pops up like over to across the room, not like right next to me like the first one did, but across the room. And he stood there and he goes, "I'm not doing this with you. No, I'm not doing it with you." And then he disappeared. At that time, I was making good money and I had a solid bank account. I had some investments, was doing really well. And it was like my fortune just dropped out, had like a hole in my, you know, in the fortune that I had, and all of my money went away. They stopped calling me in for work, and I got caught up in one of those crypto scams that are, you know, they're not real. They're those platforms that are not valid. It was very convincing. I even had people look into it and they said, "Oh, this is legit. It's legit." Even, you know, people who are like up on their game in investing. I'm not a person who would have invested the way that I did into a platform that's not secured. But after having dinner with this person, there was like this veil of stupidity that just blinded my discernment, and I was not able to see and judge things the way that I normally do. So all the money disappeared. And you know, I had really good intentions for having invested that money. I had some good plans that were very generous to other people, for everybody actually. It didn't stop my mission though. My mission is still to have people fast so that they can get cleansed from these things, so that they can have wisdom, they can judge clearly, they don't have to get, you know, like their fortunes, their homes stolen from them. They don't have to end up homeless. They don't have to end up with bad health. They don't have to end up with suffering, you know, many different types of suffering. And fasting heals so many things, so many things. So after having found out that that I was carrying someone else's karma, because that's something that can happen. There's an energy transference that can happen if you sit down and dine with somebody. You know, there's these people who know how to energy harvest. They do it purposely. They're corrupt people. They have a lot of bad karma that they don't want to carry, so they will literally swap places with somebody who is innocent and not knowing enough. But, you know, we go through these lessons so that we can learn, and if we have the intention or commitment, or know why we go through these lessons, we will teach others so that they don't fall out of their grace. So I did fasting after I had seen that last demon. I fasted and fasted and fasted. I did a 10-day fast, took a break for 1 day, and then I did 7 more days. I stopped, and then I did 4 more days. After I took a 3-day break, I did another fast for 4 days, and then I did another one. I just kept going on and on. I'd take a break, but then I would do another fast. And the things that I saw when I was fasting were so lifting, so supporting, that I was able to get through all of those situations that were meaning to bring me so low, probably wanting, these evil forces probably wanted me to take my life. But the divine supported me, lifted me, and the demonic apparitions were, instead of having those types of experiences, they were now divine experiences. Beautiful divine experiences. My Savior, Jesus. And I gotta say, I just want to put this out there. I didn't have this type of relationship now that I used about 2 years ago when I first started fasting. I didn't have the relationship I have now with Jesus, because Jesus actually came to my intimately. He saved me. He saved me again. And he saved me again. And he saved me again. I wouldn't trade anything for that. It made me, everything that I lost, everything that I went through. Now that I know who who stands up for me, who fights for me, I feel golden. And by the way, I had a golden experience with Jesus after these fasts. I actually had fallen, I felt like my soul was being anchored into the abyss when I found out that all my money had been stolen, that I got caught up in that scam. I had no flow of income for a little while. And I was doing Bible studies and praying hard and fasting and praying hard and praying hard. But one day I just felt me sinking so deep. And I was like, oh, I feel terrible. I can't do anything, but I gotta go home and go to sleep. I feel so awful. I still remember that. It was bad. And it was right after I'd done a Bible study. I went home and went to sleep, and I had an amazing dream. In this dream, Jesus appeared. And he looked at me, and he smiled. He smiled and he said, "You haven't lost anything. The money's still there." I didn't know what to say. I was just like, of course I was like, how? But I have to believe him. Jesus doesn't lie. So, God does not lie. So I ended up walking with Jesus for a while, for a long time. We were walking and walking, and everything appeared golden. Everything that was in our midst was like a golden hue. It was very, very powerful, very vivid. When I woke up, I was like, as if the birds were singing and it was springtime And I felt such a strong foundation under me, such support, more than I have ever. And I knew everything's going to be okay. I'm fine. And it's beautiful out here. And I feel beautiful. And everything for 4 days, everything had like a golden hue around it. It was like a little bit of rainbow, but like very golden. And then ever since then, I started back from zero. Start rebuilding myself every day. Get through another day, get through another day, get through another day. You know what? The darkness still tried to take me back. But what I did, every time I felt like I saw some weird apparitions, some things that should not have been happening, I fasted. In fact, I did another 19-day fast and another like 10-day fast, and then I just kept, every so often I would fast that long, just to keep clean and purify and stay in the light, because the darkness is powerful. When we're on this dimension, in this world, things that we consume, they do have a gravity to them, so they really make us grounded. And because I don't know where you guys might live, but I live in Los Angeles, where there's a lot of dark activity, and those things can attach like that quickly. You have to be discerning about who is around you. Don't spend too much time with people that are, have like darkness inside of them, or have addictions, because there is such a thing as energy transference, and they can really dump stuff on you you don't want to carry. But fasting will help. Fasting helps. Don't just fast one time. And if you do fast one time, don't go back to your activities that you tried to get yourself clean from, because it can get worse than it was before. Fasting is like a repentance, but you have to commit to a lifestyle change so that you don't get, back to where you try to get out of. Okay, so all this stuff, I've been through a lot of really fantastic hard things to bear. I have carried so many addictions and other people's energies that were really hard. They were really heavy things to carry. And until I started fasting, I wasn't cleared of those things, and I didn't even know what they were. I was like blind. I didn't know that those things weren't really mine, or if they were mine, it was because something attached to me and became me. But when I started fasting, I got my sovereign spirit back. And that's the spirit that God wanted me to carry. We're not born evil. We're not born suffering. But things of this world, they start building up, and we will suffer if we don't cleanse. So let's see. Yeah, there's a lot more, but I think that pretty much I said it. Just be careful, who you're hanging around with. Oh yeah, the other thing was that when you fast, you are cleansing yourself from things of this world that keep you grounded and are heavy, even heavy attachments or all that, and you go more into the spirit, into your spirit. And that's, the spirit is like the bridge to the divine. So when you're in alignment with the divine, you can get a lot of healing, freshness, clarity, renewal, recovery, justice. That's it, y'all. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope this helps someone. Ciao.